All right. So this is from Sunday. This is my first 20 rep squat sesh. 350 here. 21 reps. I talk a little bit about this in the car talk later in the video, but for these lighter weights in the build up to 405, 350 to probably 370, 375, these weights I know that I can easily hit for 20. It's not a question as to if I'll be able to get through the set. I'm trying to get more than 20 reps to really build up as much confidence as possible once I get into those heavier weights, 380 to the 4-plate mark. Because if I'm routinely getting over 20 reps with getting to 20 reps of any moderately heavy weight already being demanding as it is, then I know that I won't have any issue getting through those sets. So I didn't pace myself very well in this first one. I thought I had 23 reps, but because I wasn't keeping the 5-5-5-5 pace that I'm used to, I miscounted, and then I felt gassed afterwards. And then here's that day's chin-ups. This is 85 pounds. I stopped doing 5 sets of 5 because when I made the program tweaks, I ended up doing pull-ups on the same day as squats, and that does not feel too good. I mean, after those 20 reps, the lower back pump is pretty crazy. So, and you also just generally feel gassed. So doing 5 sets of 5, especially with the pull-up weight getting heavier, I just knew that it wasn't going to go too well. And then here's Monday's session, just overhead press, strict 220, 3 sets of 5. These I'm kind of starting to wait for the point where 2.5 pound jumps is going to be too difficult for me, because I feel like we're almost getting to the point where I am going to have to start dropping the amount of weight that I'm going up in order to continue the progression. But it surprises me every session that it's not as difficult as I would think, and hopefully I'm not jinxing myself here. I have an overhead press session on Friday, so hopefully it's going to be 222.5. Hopefully that doesn't kill me, force me to only get 4 on a set or something like this. All right, here's yesterday, Tuesday. So this is 355. I kept the good 5-5 pace this time, but only was able to get 20 reps. And again, this is something that I will touch on in the little car chat later on in this video, but definitely still getting accustomed to the cardiovascular demands of 20 rep squats. And I also just did not feel too good coming into the session. I was definitely a little bit under recovered. So to only get 20 reps, I'm sure I could have done more. I just felt like shit. I'm not too disappointed in myself for the way that this set went. Definitely still lighter. I'm not too worried about how demanding the sets are going to be until, maybe Sunday or beyond. I know my next one is actually tomorrow. That's 360. That shouldn't be too bad. 90 pounds for 3 sets of 5, chin up, by the way. And then I'll have 365 on Sunday. 365, that's going to be, assuming I do it with no sleeves, bare knee PR for 20 reps. And then after that, 370, 375 mark up to 380. Then we're going to be kind of debating when it's time to slap on the sleeves. So, yeah, there's a little bit of strategy going into this, and I haven't completely found it out yet. But time will tell. All right. Car Talk Part 2. I am inside of a tunnel at the moment, stuck in traffic on my way home. It's kind of funny, man. I've been doing big commutes home. I'm always somewhere different for work, but I've been regularly about an hour from my house on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays for a couple weeks now, and they have been very peaceful drives home. I end work around 6:30, 7 o'clock, and I just roll right home because I miss the rush. I take a highway home. I miss the rush hour traffic. Most people are leaving work around 5. Oh shit! My toll pass. There we go. We're good. All right. Yeah. So I missed the rush hour traffic by an hour, half hour, depending. Most people getting out of work between 5 and 6, and daylight savings time just happened on Sunday. So this is my first big drive day since daylight savings time, and there's a fuck ton of traffic on the highway. If you're not from America, you don't know what daylight savings time is, or you probably do, but just be glad you don't deal with it, because just switch our clocks twice a year and get basically jet lagged for no reason, really. Or if you're in one of the states, I think it's Arizona's the only state that doesn't observe it. Just be glad. Anyway, I got a comment yesterday on my previous video from Storage Strength about my music player being tucked into the waistband. So I want to talk about the music player. Quick aside for Storage Strength, man, I've watched your videos since you were doing like the Bulk Boys podcast. That's how I found your channel, because you were having some people that I watch on that. So it's kind of cool that you're watching my videos now, since I've been a viewer for a hot minute now. But anyway, so he commented about, he said iPod in the tucked into the waistband. It's I wanted to bring it up because I thought this was a funny story. So it's not actually an iPod. This is my music player here. This is a Chinese music player. I don't even know what the brand is, but here, I'll just turn it on real quick and show the camera. So it's got all the apps on there. You see, you got Apple Music on there on an Android operating system. That's pretty cool. I got it because I met this guy when I was still at my university gym that had one, and it was like sitting with his stuff on the ground, and I was like, dude, what the hell kind of phone do you have? Because that is the weirdest looking phone of it. Like, that's some weird Android, right? And he's like, no, it's a music player. It's a Chinese music player that I bought on Amazon. And he goes on to tell me that the reason that he bought it is so he could keep his phone in his bag. We had to use lockers at the university. We couldn't walk around with bags. So he'd keep the phone in his locker. That way he wouldn't be tempted to scroll on social media in between sets or text or anything like that. And I was like, that's a good idea. I never really had a big problem going on my phone at the gym since I started, because I always listen to music. So I've never understood, I can't listen to music and scroll through social media at the same time, because videos are going to pop up and my music's going to be cutting out when the videos come up and to listen to the videos. So I've just never really understood how people go and scroll between sets if you're listening to tunes, because most people listen to tunes. But regardless, I was like, that's, I still will be tempted to pull it out sometimes, respond to texts, messages, whatever, show people, hey, look at this video real quick, because I'll talk to
talk to a friend and be like, hey, look at this stupid Instagram post I saw or something along those lines. So I was like, that's a good idea. I'm going to just take the phone out of the equation entirely so that doesn't happen. And I used it for a while, and for a very brief period of time, I was able to connect it to my AirPods, and it just kind of stopped working with those. So now I gotta tuck it into my waistband because I use like real earbuds with a wire, and I stopped using it, and I just went back to the phone for a while because I think it stopped working with my AirPods. But then in late summer, my phone stopped connecting to Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. It would restart itself and then just disconnect from Wi-Fi and Bluetooth all the time. So I just don't even bother to. The only way I could get it back on would be to restart it. I don't even bother anymore. It doesn't work. So my phone's a piece of crap. So I'm using the music player again. But yeah, I did just want to share that because I thought it was funny that I had a guy from work get in the car the other day, and he's like, what the hell is this thing? What is this weird piece of technology? So I thought it was a funny enough story that I did want to share it. So it would probably be more convenient to have like a true iPod, because then it would, like an iPod Touch, I think they still make those. Then you could connect it to the AirPods and it wouldn't give you problems. But this is cheaper, so it's like $60 or something. So if you have a problem with scrolling on your phone in the gym, you should grab one of those bad boys. Just look up like Chinese music player. I think it's like Any Oasis or something like that. Like $60. If you gotta want to stop using the phone in the gym, there you go. That's the answer. But I know that nobody was really a fence sitter on that issue. That's one of like the highly discussed topics on the fitness corners of the internet. Is it appropriate to use your phone at the gym? And people are dug in. Nobody's really on the fence. I don't know anybody's going to watch this and be like, hey, that's a good point. I do have a problem with using my phone in the gym. You're dug in either way. It's either I don't care, I do what I want between sets, or nobody should, you should leave your phone in the car. If people take a hard stance one way or another and get very offended when somebody tries to debate, try to convince them of the other way. Because you'll see videos online of guys like walking up to random people at the gym. They're like, can I work in with you? Like, oh yeah, you can work in with me. He's like, all right, what's your number so I can text you? How many more sets of texting do you have left? Yeah, I've seen that a couple times online, and most of the comments are against it. Like, man, you're such an asshole to walk up and do this to somebody. And you'll see usually like older guys just posting like, you can do a 2-hour workout in 45 minutes if you cut out the 3 sets of texting you do for every one set. And then you get people debating either way. I don't think anybody's like, you've already made up your mind on that issue if you go to the gym. But I do think it's funny how to be honest, I stand more with the don't bring your phone to the gym people, and I know like that's very fitting from a guy that records pretty much an entire workout. But I do have to say, if you go to a public gym, especially one that gets pretty crowded, and you're sitting on the bench taking like 5-minute rest breaks when you don't really need to scroll through your phone, it is a little bit it's a little bit selfish. You definitely can. You'll take shorter rest breaks if you don't go on the phone. And I think that some people do realize that, and that's why they're very dug in. They're a little bit offended that people point that out, because to be fair, I I do think that's true. I mean, I'm not expecting people to, like, you know, never take rest breaks, but, I mean, to be fair, if there were no phones in the gym, people would be getting through a lot faster. So, but, I mean, for as annoyed as I or somebody else might get that, I mean, obviously I go to a public gym like once or twice a week. I don't really go to a public gym, but for as annoyed as somebody might get at a guy doom scrolling for 10 minutes between sets, taking up a bench at the public gym, I'm sure that there's even more people that are annoyed when people record. But I don't really know that I've never brought I don't own a tripod. I don't have a tripod. I will never use a tripod. I think that those are the people that mostly get on people's nerves, and then the people that like will post people in the background, which is indefensible. But yeah, I think like the tripod and like the whole like professional, as if you're shooting a TV show setup, is what gets a lot of people that are like, yeah, no, there shouldn't be cameras in the gym. I don't think it's the, people recording on the phones. I never really get in the way. I prop my shit up on a water bottle, but yeah, that's become the bigger epidemic now is tripods in the gym. And I won't lie, that shit is annoying. I've been to gyms where people bring fucking cameras, like actual several $100 cameras in and put it up on like a tripod, and that can get annoying, especially if you're in like a smaller gym and it's pretty cramped and somebody's got their freaking camera posted up. That can get annoying, absolutely. But yeah, just ranting about people on the gym and their phones. Not really any that's where we've gone from that story. I just thought it'd be funny to bring up. Not too much to talk about as far as training goes. I mean, shit is the same as always. Not really too much interesting to cover that's not already covered in, the voiceovers that I do. Today was my second day of 20 rep squats. Today was 355 for 20. Those are both going to be in the actual like training voiceover that I'll put at the beginning of this video. On Sunday, I started with 350, and my goal with these like lighter weights is to get more than 20 reps to build confidence, building up to the 405, 420. That I will be able to get it, because everything up to like, a certain point is going to be pretty easy. Like my all-time best is 365 for 20 in sleeves. I'm not wearing sleeves right now, so these are kind of like, in a way, all-time bests. So to kind of build confidence, I've been trying to go over 20 reps. And when I know that I'm going to go over 20 reps, I don't focus as much on like the regularly pacing myself, because I've done 20 rep squats, not regularly, but like I've done them on and off for years now, and what I found works best is like kind of like the best way to pace yourself through a set of 20 is 5. Taking it 5, so like 4 sets of 5 basically. Obviously you're not racking the bar, but you do 5, take a breath, 5 more, take a breath, 5 more, take a breath, last 5. And when I did 350 on Sunday, I didn't do that. I was just like, let me just bang this out as fast as possible because I want to get over 20 reps. But I miscount when I do that, when I just go straight through. So I only ended up with 21 reps on Sunday. When I re-racked the bar, I thought I had 23. I was like, 23 is good enough to stop. I thought, I didn't feel too much like I couldn't get another rep. It was getting kind of hard, but miscounted. So And then the other thing too is I'm not conditioned at all for 20 rep squats. So that's why I tried to start quite a bit. Like I could have just started at 365 and been like, yeah, we'll go 360. That would have been stupid. I wanted to recondition myself to, for the basically cardiovascular demands of the set. And when I rolled straight through, I gassed out so badly after that. Like, I just felt like shit for like 5 minutes. Like just doing pull-ups felt like hell afterwards. And I thought that was again because I didn't pace myself. Today I paced myself and I did 5, 5, 5, 5. So I only did 20 reps because I felt like hell at the end. And then I felt like shit afterwards too. So I was like, damn, that's kind of disappointing. But I guess the two things I got working for me there is, it's going to take more than one session back to accustom the body to the 20 rep squats. So I am expecting that by, Thursday or hopefully by Sunday's squat sessions. I'm squatting Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. That hopefully in some point in the next 2 sessions I'll get accustomed to it and it won't feel so shitty when I'm done. Like I won't have to walk around and catch my breath for 5 minutes. So yeah, I'm not too surprised that I still felt like crap. It's going to take more than just one session for your body to be like, all right, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I've done this before. And then the other thing is I slept like shit last night. So it wasn't so bad that I'm not skipping a fucking session. I can sleep for 2 hours and I will still go try to get something out of the day. I'm not just going to give up before I even try. But we're still light enough and early enough in the cycle that I was like, all right, I know I can do 355 for 20. It might take me, 4 minutes or something, but I know that I can do it, so I'm not too worried about getting a crappy night's sleep and then trying to do the set. But those are the two things that I'll be like, not totally reaccustomed, and I wasn't exactly recovered the best because of the crappy night of sleep. So I guess it still makes sense that I felt like crap after that set. And I'm cool with just getting the 20. Hopefully on Thursday, 360 for 20. I won't sleep like crap. And now that I got those sessions under my belt, I will be a bit more accustomed to the demands of a 20 rep squat. So obviously it's still going to suck. Like, I'm not saying that I'm going to stand up on the 20th rep and just feel super fresh like I just did a single or anything, but it won't feel so crappy. But anyway, I'm going to end the rant, car talk there. I don't want to ramble on for too long, but I'm sure that I could really get, just talk for way too long and make everybody uninterested. Most people will tune out. So cut it there. But yeah, I will hopefully not upload. I'll upload again before Sunday. I won't give like a 4-day layoff again. That was just laziness. I just didn't feel like putting all the clips together. So this should be going out Tuesday night, and then try to upload again Friday, Saturday at the absolute worst.